what is it that you do after a horrible weekend of football? This is what I do. I have to train and put the music on and take everything out of my mind that happened at weekend on that football pitch. Let me know what you do, guys. Let me know what your things are to forget about what's happened, especially when we've had a horrible weekend on the pitch. Fred! What's going on, people? Welcome to Matic TV and another episode of Matic Vlogs. I've hidden myself away after that weekend. I'm in the garage, I've got my tunes on in the back, and I'm trying to forget about what happened this weekend. More than ever this weekend, I've had a backlash of comments. I think it was like I could feel the vibe in the middle of the live stream watching the game, but afterwards you could feel the anger and the frustration in the United fan base. This is about what you guys have said. This channel is all about bringing you guys into it. So I'm going to bring up a few comments of what was said afterwards, after the game, and the aftermath of this, because it is on a different level this time. There is some people that were slightly half and half, some people that were, well, you've got to give him still more time, he's not being backed. Nearly every single comment was, this is it, this is done. This game had implications beyond the result at the end of this FA Cup game with Leicester. Has just sent people over the top, it would seem. These are some of your comments. Oh, by the way, I know you probably don't want to watch me train and stuff like that, but I'm one of them guys who likes to multitask. This is a training vlog, as well as a frustration vlog, as well as a Matic vlog, whatever you want to call it. Anything I can do to take my mind off what went down yesterday at that King Power Stadium, it is going on right now. Okay, right, so I'm just going to go into some comments that came only on the actual YouTube video. I mean, there was loads on Twitter, loads on Instagram, and I thought, you know what, let's just keep it simple. Let's go through the YouTube comments from the actual video itself. I mean, Bernie Burns, straight to the point. At this point, if you're Ollie and you are a Liverpool or a City fan, I mean, you can understand why people are coming at that. Heat of the moment comments can be taken out of context sometimes, but this is just and this is what I meant at the start. This is what this game has made everyone feel like. It's made a lot of fans turn the corner in terms of where they're at with Ollie. Even the ones that were clinging on. I mean, you have to be a Liverpool or a City fan to actually be behind Ollie at this point, like that. I mean, well, he's doing better than what Klopp is this season, you would say, so far, unless Liverpool win the Champions League, so kind of kills that one. But are you worried as an opposition fan is probably the point that Bernie's trying to make there, and that is probably not. Everyone I speak to, opposition fans, are happy that he's there and are convinced that Ola is not going to take us to that next level. He really isn't. Robert McCall, horror show. Someone needs to check Fred's bank account to see if he bet on the game against us. Oh, strong. Maguire, shocking. Fred, shocking. I mean, Robert McCall, I mean, we don't endorse any in-game betting, especially not if you're a professional, by the way. Just wanted to get that out there, but this is again Robert McCall picking up on two players there that were bad, and let's be honest, there was no one really covering themselves in glory yesterday, but Fred again, he is taking the brunt of it, and we do not, and I am for one disgusted again in some of the behaviour online by a lot of idiots doing what they do. Every time a player has a bad game, it comes to be a black player who has a bad game, the racial abuse that these guys get is not justified at all. Critique is fine, people, but wind your necks in and actually, you know what, have a look at yourself in the mirror while you're at it, you coward. But let's be fair, Fred deserved every bit of criticism, right, and proper criticism that he got yesterday. I said it before, I've not seen a more inept performance from a midfielder in a United shirt since the days of Jemba maybe. I mean, you've seen Kleberson into that. What is it with Brazilian players in Manchester United? Rafael was decent. Decent. Not fantastic, but decent. Fred isn't even on a decent level. There's still people out there who are backing him. They blame Maguire for that pass. Yes, Maguire should have been aware of the situation and not played in the first place. But Fred, you've got to be able to make a 12-yard pass, son. You're on what money a week? You're Brazilian, for God's sake. Not that that counts for anything, especially if you're wearing a United shirt. But yeah, Robert McCall is in and in strong on Fred and Maguire. I mean, this squad, third highest paid squad in world football, people. Let that sink in. Oh my God. Oh, wait, there is more. Alien Tenno, great contributor to the channel. How are we doing, Alien? Obviously, still not happy chappy after yesterday. Ollie smiling like a Cheshire cat in post-match interview. I don't like that either, I know. The guy must be taking something seriously hardcore stuff. Imagine he gets another contract. Oh, yes. Now, that is my major concern. You know what, believe it or not, people who actually may think that I'm being negative or anti-Ollie in this, I want him to see out his contract. I would take Ollie in Manchester United next year. A lot of people won't even give him that time, and they're probably going to get a small backlash from that comment in the comments in this video. But I do believe that Ollie should get his contract and should see his contract out. Not get his new contract, should get to see his current contract out. Let me get that straight. My issue lies is if he gets that new contract before this season ends. Fair enough. You have got top 4 2 seasons in a row. The only manager to do that since Ferguson left. But really, the next step after that will be challenging for the title. So why not wait and see what happens after next season when he's seen out his whole contract? Fair enough, part ways if you don't like it, if you don't think he's going anywhere. No one's upset. United don't have to pay out some stupid amount of money to buy out another manager's contract, which the rumour is about 9 million a year. So you can imagine what that's going to be if he fails next year and we don't make Champions League or whatnot. I mean, for me, I think it's logical. I think it's sensible. Give Ole his full contract, let him honour it, and let's see where we finish next season before we end up giving contracts out willy-nilly. We've made this mistake before, because if we have to pay out, what, somewhere near 20 million, 18 million if he does go next year after signing his new deal this summer, then what's that? That's a big chunk out of the coffers and a big chunk out of the transfer fund, because that's where that money's going to come from if we have to buy him out. So let's just see it out. And with Alien on that one, I mean, smiling and joking is one thing, but it's just his natural, that's just the way he is, I think. We just got to accept that. But I don't agree again with that contract extension. Finding Timo FC, great name, YouTube name. There's some beauties out there. Ollie made a progress, made 4 subs, FIFA career mode. Oh, now people are extracting the Orion big time here, aren't they? Yeah. Get him out, man. Enough. I'm about to head to the mental hospital, people. He's off to the mental hospital. This sending people crazy. Guys, drop down and check out my other videos. I'll put a tag up there for you for our kids' reaction to watching Manchester United. Nearly every person who's replied to that, there's hardly been a bad comment on the whole little YouTube short video that's up there around watching the game. And it's how everyone is at the moment, and that's why there's no bad comments, because they can all relate. It's frustrating, it's sending us all absolute doolally. So, you know, you've got to look at it and you've got to go, really? It is sending people crazy watching this football, because we don't know. We don't see a progress in consistent football because there's no style in there, and we're lashing out at players we really shouldn't be lashing out at, but we can't help it because they are playing so bad. But that's got to come from the training field, surely. So without direction, can we expect much more from these players? And then Ollie speaks after the game, and it just sends you under even more, doesn't it? That's the problem, I think, with this one. Ollie in fans, what did you think was going to happen? Question mark. Put respect on Roger's name. He is he is a tactics manager, and he has been unlucky at times. Solskjaer isn't half the manager. We need a tactics manager. I mean, pretty much saying it. Rodgers does deserve his props after that performance yesterday. He really does. He outclassed Ole, and he was missing some players. Yes, he had an extra week. Well, not an extra week, but a full week to prepare for that game. It did look like it in the end though, because Rodgers' tactics made Ole look clueless, and it did look a bit desperation style, putting out the team that he did with all the changes, then half a team being subbed off, Diallo going on in the 80 odd minute for a few minutes, Lamb to the slaughter, poor lad. It just seemed a bit chaotic yesterday with Ole, whereas Rodgers just had his plan down. He hasn't got all his players either, but he made it work because every single one of them players knows what they're doing, whereas us didn't quite have that same feeling about it, did it? It really didn't. We looked all over the place. Even the most grueling of workouts, even though this isn't that, can't take your mind off it, can it? It's just there, isn't it? As soon as you do something good on the Monday to make you think that you're getting over it, it just pops back in your head, doesn't it? And just think, oh, Fred, Matic, Maguire, oh my God, why's Martial forgot how to play football? It just keeps popping back in there, doesn't it? So do let me know, comment below people, what you actually think, or not what you think, what you actually do regarding getting over a bad weekend. I want to know, because I've struggled today getting over that, and it's the thought of having to deal with it for 2 weeks before we play again. That is my major issue right now. But let's get into a couple more comments from you today before we finish up. Harry, I can never say your second Greek name, mate, if it is Greek, but you agreed with me live to let me call you Harry, so that's what it is. If anyone can pronounce that, good for you. But just getting into Harry's comment now. Ole cannot manage these players, let alone train them. Ooh, getting onto the training ground stuff now. Fact is, he's just living the job, living the dream job. Cannot forget or take away what he's done. He's supposed to say what he's done for us as a player. But manager-wise, he's destroying himself. We blame the board, but let's talk game by game. We put a different lineup with 2 weeks off and a chance to be in the FA Cup semi-final. I think how he's getting at there is why rest players knowing that they're going away on international duty? Do we really care that much about international managers? That's what it looks like he's doing. I mean, if Rashford goes out to England, then I think that's bordering on an absolute shocker to let Rashford go. When you know he needs a rest and you need him for the rest of the season, his energy, and all these people moaning about Rashford and Bruno, the two players who weren't there yesterday, and look how toothless he was up front. So careful what you wish for, people. But like Harry says there, we can blame the board all we want, but you know what? Tuchel's coming in a couple of months. You can see the style of football. All he's complaining that you don't get a chance to train these players. He's had them for 2.5 years near enough, and you can't coach these players through a crazy fixture period. Well, Chelsea have conceded 2 goals since Tuchel's come in. They're unbeaten. There's a whole different ethos and a different style of playing football under him. So how is that an excuse for Manchester United, being a so-called top-level football club, to have a manager who says that? There's a difference for me. That is something I will not accept. I want to back people. I want to get behind whoever's at the club wearing the shirt, the manager, whoever it may be. But when you come out with comments like that, when it's clearly obvious that you can, because Chelsea have just as busy a schedule as we do, same competition, do you know what I mean, same amount of games, and they've got a style of football with Zuma in defence. I mean, come on, Azpilicueta, Alonso, this ageing back line, Rudiger. I mean, Silva's good, but if they can keep clean sheets and win games and move up and beat some seriously good opposition, and that's been coached into them in the space of 6-7 weeks since Tuchel's been here, then there's no excuse for our manager to come out and say what he said. Just my point on that. You may disagree, a lot of people do, but I just feel like that pretty much sums it up, really. There's no debate, there's no argument in it for me. Gary Palmer, hi Adam Pal. Ole in way over his head now, surrounding himself with his mates because he is clueless. Blind leading the blind. The players don't respect him. It showed today. Love to know what Sir Alex really thinks about this lot. Ooh, Sir Alex Ferguson right now, if he went onto that training ground, I don't think we'd have a squad left. And this is the ultimate fear when we do get a new manager in. And my only fear is that this squad now has been mollycoddled, soft soaped, say it however you want to say it. They have had their arm put around them so many times, cuddled. You are this, you are that. Can you imagine someone coming in and reading them the riot act? Someone coming in and cracking the whip? Where will they be? What will this team do? How will they react? Will the dummies be spat out again? And will another manager be thrown under the bus by this squad that keeps on doing the same thing? Yeah, we managed to scrape a couple of trophies under Van Gaal and Jose, but that's dried up now. That's dried up, and under this manager, everyone seems happy, but the standards seem to have dropped. And that is the ultimate concern. Are we happy with just finishing in the top 4 every season? That is the ultimate question. So, I'm going to leave you with that one. In fact, no, I'm just going to walk into the house because training's finished now. Still, like I said, not got it out of my system yet, but let's get locked up here. Let's get in the house. Let's get some comments from inside the house. That's that done, dusted, training done. Let's get inside. Let's see who's about. Hopefully the tea won't be too long either. Okay, oh, it's got a bit bright in here, hasn't it? Right, who's in? Everyone's hiding now because they know I'm coming with a camera. Here we go. Let's ask the missus. What do you think of United yesterday?
Don't film it.
Don't want filming, but just tell me what you think of United yesterday.
Yeah.
Says it all. Let's go and see what Alfie's doing. I gotta try and take my mind off it any way I can. So if it means throwing people under the bus. Are you ready? Alfie's room. Alfie!
Right.
What do you think of United yesterday?
Poor. Hate Fred, not hate the club.
Alfie's not happy either. People, that is it for this Matic vlog. Do drop your comments in below. Let me know what you think of the comments that I've brought up today. And, well, where do we go from here? This is it. I just want to say thank you again for all the people in the comments for dropping in your words of encouragement and everything over the last few vlogs that I've done. I've started vlogging again, started doing a little bit more of this pre-recorded stuff as well. I'm trying to get comments in because they do go missed, they do go unnoticed, so it's good to bring up a couple of comments like that from different videos as well, bringing them out into the public and talking about other people's opinions as well, because we can't always get it on the live stream. So we're mixing it up completely now on the channel, guys. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, bottom right hand corner there, people, just click on that and hit that bell notification button while you're at it, because it's the only way you're going to know when these live vlogs, live streams, things like that, breaking videos, because they're going to be random. There is going to be vlogs every single week now, people. So subscribe, like, share the video, get your comments in below, people. Follow the YouTube stories as well for reactions to your comments in there as well. So that is it for this one, people. I will see you probably in a couple of days, probably tomorrow. We're probably going to be live getting some people's opinions on whatnot and looking ahead to boring internationals. Oh well, it's going to take our mind off this club a little bit, innit?
Yeah.